Okay. Because, and I would say this because anybody else that know me know, but I'm a dissector of things. I just don't jump to hype. I sit back for a long time and I just watch and watch and watch. And I look, and I'm a person that if you sit something in the middle of a table, I'm going to walk around the whole table. And I'm going to keep walking around until I can get every angle of it. And so in the process, people, I wrote down like 4 pages. 4 pages of notes. 4 pages of notes concerning the whole situation. Now, when I see that those many notes are required over one isolated situation, the situation may have a thread that runs through it. I told you all when attack we teach. The situation may have a thread that runs through it. But if that thread, like a piece of yarn, unravels itself and it goes in 4 different pages worth of notes, then there is no way possible that an intelligent person and a spiritually intelligent person can grab one item out of the issue and begin to harp on that one item, because it's too many threads that's swinging, which means this is not just an isolated incident, and this situation does not involve one type of conversation. There are many, many levels of dialogues that is attached to this, which means it now demands the attention of how we have conducted ourselves, what we believe, how we believe it, how we say it, what's right and what's wrong. And so when I saw from my notes that I couldn't grab one thing and say, oh, this is what it is, then that's something that I leave alone. Why? 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 Because I'm silent doesn't mean that I'm scared. I think everybody on this page know that I live my life out loud. There is nothing that nobody don't know about Juanita Bynum. And I told it. I'm not afraid. I'm not walking in sin. I'm not afraid to say something because, you know, I'm in mess myself. I live right according to as much as I know. You know, I'm here on my birthday vacation. I ain't got nobody creeping in my hotel room. I ain't got nobody that I'm meeting on the side and meeting at this restaurant and trying to be slick, because too many people know me. Because the minute you think you're trying to be slick about something, somebody gonna see you somewhere. So no, I don't do that. I think when some things happen, my silence doesn't mean fear. My silence means I respect you too much to disagree with you in public. That's kind of where I sit with that. You know, I have, it's really my level of respect that I have for you. It's not about me being silent. And it's certainly not about me being afraid. And so when I look at a situation, you know, somebody said, well, you know, you have to stand for the gospel. And I have done that. And I have been doing that for many years. And I have been standing for the people that feel as if the choices that they've made in their lives was not God's choice. I don't berate and stand against people who believe that this is their person. I respect them and I love them. And let me say this. We can't become so arrogant, as the scriptures say, that we believe that everybody is going to want Jesus. That's an arrogance right there. We cannot become so self-righteous to believe that everybody is going to want to know the plan of salvation. So am I called to what I call harass those people? No, I'm not. I'm sorry, I'm not. Am I called to condemn them? No, I'm not. I'm called to those who are in question about their decision. That's who I'm called to. I'm called to those who the Lord has given an ear, and they're hearing something in their spirit that is telling them that their own spirit is in disagreement with their lifestyle. And so when they come seeking, my job is to love them. You know, I was preaching at Bishop Golson's church in 2015 for a whole year. I went there to minister on prayer for 6 weeks, and God took over, and I ended up being there for a whole year. I mean, the year had gone by before I even knew it. Every Tuesday night, and starting March, I'm going to pick that Tuesday night teach up again at our church at New Greater Bethel, the first Tuesday in March. But I started preaching, and there was a person, several people, that started coming to that meeting. And they were totally dressed like men. So I've had meetings where, you know, that's where Danielle Lamont comes. I went to a meeting in a church, and he walked in, and he was in the service with some friends, totally dressed like a woman. When the Spirit of the Lord got high, the Lord said to me, go get him and hug him. And I did. And God said to me, I want you to hug him until he feel the presence of the Lord on him. And at that time, he was completely dressed like a woman. And he said that night when he went home, the love that he felt was the thing that convicted him. And to this day, he's a man of God, no longer dressing transgender. So when I was in that church preaching for a year, and those people were coming, and they would come, and some of them would come with their significant other. And the Lord said to me, there is a system that was put in place many years ago that you grew up under. I'm only telling you what God said to me. And he said in that system, it was a system of a very harsh way to deliver the word of God. And it was a system where people preached people, and they preached symptoms more than they preached the gospel. And I just said something right there. I just said something right there. People preached symptoms, and they preached what they saw on people, rather than preaching the precepts. And what do I mean by precepts? Rather than preaching the precepts. And I preached that message on New Year's Eve about the precepts. And the word prescript comes from the word precept. And so that's where we get the word prescription, is really derived from the word precept, which means rather than us preaching the prescription as to how to get this person better, we put our focus on what they are doing and how they are doing it and who they are doing it with and what they look like, rather than ministering on the prescription, the word of God, teaching them, right? What is a prescription? And it said that it is one that had been given the authority to write out a plan that will cause an individual to get better. So the prescription is not our opinion. The prescription is the